Hello again, and welcome back to the SWRA podcast, where aging, wellness, and wisdom do intersect. I am your host, Maggie Lazar, and delighted to have you on again. If you are a returning listener, welcome back. If you're new to this podcast, welcome. We welcome you. Today, I thought I would talk about conflict resolution in retirement in this third age. Remember, I told you here in Panama, maybe I did not. Panama's retirement age is 55 for women, 60 for men. So once you've reached that age, they say you are in the tercera edad. That means the third age. That means you are, you've you've gone through first and second. This is the last stop. Tercera edad. So people think that some people, once you hit retirement age, and you guys know how I feel about the word retirement, I feel like it gives a connotation that you stop doing something. And the stopping means you're no longer productive, like they used to believe way in the 19th century, right? No, I don't believe that because life be lifing, and you've heard me say that. So conflict resolution in old age, I think it might look a little bit different, right? Because when you have conflict, for example, in the workplace, you are motivated to resolve it because if you have conflict with someone you're working with, it pays to resolve it because you want to have a bit of peace, right? As you have to deal with this person day in and day out. Conflict resolution in families. Well, you got to live with them. So whatever it is, you got to find a way to work it out because you got to live and share the same space. And conflict for me with when I hear people say, "Oh yeah, I haven't spoken to my sister in 50 years." I'm like, "What? Oh my goodness." Of course, I don't pretend to know how deeply, there were issues on both sides and the seriousness of the issue that caused the rift. But what I tell myself is when you have family, there is nothing that could happen to make you quit talking to somebody for decades. Oh my goodness. Now, having said that, I have a former friend whom I have not spoken to in maybe a couple of years. Well, we're no longer friends, so it's not like, I'm not talking to her. But conflict resolution to me in this stage of life, I still feel that there is value in clearing the air, right? And I tell the ladies that all the time. If somebody has done something that, ruffles you or upsets you or hurts you, find a way to address that with that person because we are trying to build community. We can't hang on to the hurt. Let's hash it out. Let's talk it out. We apologize, we hug, and then we keep it moving. So conflict resolution has a different meaning and a different purpose. It's more about keeping your circle small and vibrant, right? And taking care of unresolved issues because you've heard me say that again. We just don't have time for the pettiness, for these little types of conflicts. So when you talk to someone and you try to clear the air and they are kind of resistant and not willing to come to the middle. And maybe you try once or twice, and then after that, it's like, I'm keeping it moving. Yeah, because we don't have time to be wasting trying to bring you along for you to get over your, sense of that somebody has hurt you, therefore you're sitting there on that throne and you're not willing to forgive. I'm keeping it moving. I am moving on. So that's what I think is different this time because I'm not engaged and I'm not trying to placate anyone. my objective is different for why I try to resolve a conflict. It's just I don't have that many friends here, and I don't want to lose any friends. But at the same time, I'm not gonna keep kissing, you know what, and say, I'm so sorry, and you're still not willing to forgive. And if you're not, I'm moving on, sis. I'm moving on. So let's keep that in mind as we are trying to build our communities and our circles, our clusters, whatever they are. So whatever the issue is, let us resolve it because we can afford to just have people fall by the wayside because there, I know there are a lot of people around, but your circle is your circle, your people, your girls are your girls. So let's just keep that in mind as we move around, as we interact with each other, because listen, the same people you left over there, they are here now. So conflict is inevitable, but it certainly can be managed with maturity and, introspection. Make sure you take stock if you're in the wrong. Don't try to pass it off to the other person. Just have a talk. Go have coffee. Ask for forgiveness. Be humble. All right. So as you go out today, be humble. Be the best human you can be. Because we don't know, tomorrow is not promised. Don't say, oh, I'll talk to her next week. Well, you may not see next week, sis. Because you know what? We're in that tercera edad where anything can happen. Okay? So God loves you. You know I love you. Au revoir. À la prochaine. Bye.